Hey, beautiful people. You know what time it is? It's a chat with Rashina. And listen, today I was like, I'm not going to do a video today because I'm not feeling it. I just want to be in my bed. I want to sleep. I want a amazing spa day. Like, I feel really tense in my body. And I was like, but you know what? I'm not going to give in. And I just want to encourage you to put God's love on it. I was just thinking about how we can get in these cycles in our minds, cycles of thinking that God's not moving, that he's not going to do what he said he's going to do, how the enemy really will keep us in these cycles. And I was like, but the perfect love of God cast out all fear. Like, when I sit in that absolute love of the Father, when I realize that, as Romans says, that nothing shall separate us from the love of God, like absolutely nothing shall separate us from the love of God. Not height, nor depth, nor things present, nor things to come, nor angels, nothing, no principality, like nothing shall separate us from the love of God. And if I can put the love of Christ, if I can put the love of God on my situation, if I can put the love of God on what I'm feeling, my emotions, my circumstance, my situation, my trials and tribulations, if I can sit and I can drown in his absolute love for me, because there's no shadow of turning in his love. His love will not falter. His love will not bend. His love will not break. Literally nothing can separate us from the love of God. So if you sit in that absolute love of God, it will overshadow everything that you're dealing with. It will overshadow every emotion, every feeling of angst, every feeling of anxiety, every feeling of fear. It will overshadow that, and you will find yourself smiling, and you will find yourself laughing. You will find yourself having joy again, because you're sitting in the absolute love of the Father. You're sitting in a love that's not tainted by happenstance. It's not tainted by condition, because his love is unconditional. When you sit in that absolute love of God, it will shift atmospheres. It will literally shift your atmosphere if you let it. Transparency moment. Yesterday was a really rough day for me. I got to work and I was feeling fine, got up and I prayed and everything. But y'all, when grief hits, it hits. Like, I'm still walking through the process of grieving my brother's transition. And I got to work and it just all of a sudden hit. And I found myself at my desk, like getting ready to like burst into tears. And I told my manager and I told the other ladies in the office, and they just gave me that space to be. We went outside on the patio in the sun just to change the atmosphere. And they allowed me that space, and I just couldn't shake it. And even today I woke up because I dreamed about my brother last night, and then I woke up and I could feel like my body tense, like I'm storing that grief in my body. And I was like, no, not today. I'm going to sit in the absolute love of the Father. And that love says, I've got you, Rashina. That love says, I'm going to continue to hold you, Rashina. That love says that I've got you despite what you're up against, despite what you're feeling, despite what you're feeling in your body. That love will envelop you and shift your atmosphere. So I want to encourage you, put the love of God on it. Put it on it. Sit in it. Embracing it, drown in that absolute love. There is nothing that you can do, that you have done, that you will do, that will separate you from that perfected love of Christ. So sit in that love that says, I'm willing to give up my only begotten Son that you might have life and have it more abundantly. That love that says, I will leap over truths. I will call all heaven and earth to stand still at the beckoning call of my child, because I love you that much. That's the love of the Father. That's what we have to sit in. Do not let your circumstance, what you're dealing with, what you're feeling, your emotions overtake you, and you fail to realize that God is in the boat with you. Don't allow the enemy to keep you in cycles. Keep you in cycles thinking that God's not going to do it, that he's not with you, that he's not for you. The devil is a lie. Put the love of God on it and be encouraged.